According to a new report, Wendy Williams was not even consulted when it was announced that she would have guest hosts and a panel replacing her for the new season of The Wendy Williams Show. And now producers are having a hard time finding guest hosts for the show. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So as you know, we've been following this Wendy Williams story for several weeks now. It was reported that Wendy Williams season 13 was supposed to come back on September 20th, but because of health issues, it was pushed back. And then it was pushed back again when Wendy Williams supposedly had a breakthrough case of COVID-19. And then it was just announced this past week, and we covered that story, that the producers revealed on her social media that Wendy Williams would not be returning for season 13. She still was dealing with health issues, but for a few weeks, we don't know for how long, they would have guest hosts and panels that would cover for Wendy while she was getting better. So now we're hearing, according to our friends over at the Jasmine brand and several sources, that Wendy Williams was not even consulted. They didn't ask Wendy about having guest hosts. And apparently when this happened in the past, she was not happy, to the point where Jerry O'Connell, as you know, replaced her and is now on The Talk. Their relationship hasn't been the same. But let's get into what this insider is saying about this whole story. So according to the insider, they said this: no one asked Wendy for her approval before hiring Leah Remini. That was just announced. Leah Remini is going to be a guest host this week. Today, they had a guest panel of some people that we know and love from the show, including our girl Devin Simone, Bevy Smith. A lot of you want Bevy Smith to host the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. We can continue that conversation in the comment section. But according to the source, they're saying no one asked Wendy for her approval before hiring Leah. They will say they are protecting Wendy and don't want to bother her as she recovers, but it's her name that is above the front door, and she should have been consulted on this. The other thing we have to also remember, Wendy isn't just the face of the show or just the host. She is also an executive producer. Her production company produces this show as well. And as a boss, she should be involved, or her representatives should be involved. Not sure if her manager or her other representatives were informed of this guest hosting. Either way, I think Wendy should have been involved. So this is what they're also saying in regards to getting guest hosts. It's been a struggle for them. This insider says this: it's a disaster. CNN's Don Lemon and several other hosts have already passed on joining the lineup. If you know, Don Lemon and Wendy have grown to have a personal relationship to the point where she stayed at his Hamptons home. So we're hearing that, according to this source, that he's passed on doing the show. I wonder if it's because of loyalty to her or maybe because of the drama going on in his own personal life. Okay. The last time Wendy was replaced with a panel of D-list celebrities, you know what? The ratings were a disaster. No one wants to see Bevy Smith or Michael Yo. They want to see Wendy. It is a thankless job that has a very good chance of upsetting Wendy if you take it. Because, according to this source, they're saying Wendy was livid when Jerry O'Connell filled in for her the last time she was sick. She knew he was auditioning to get his own show and push her out. Things between Wendy and Jerry have never been the same again after that. Wendy has a long memory, and anyone that is trying to replace her won't be welcome back when Wendy finally returns to her show. And the only reason why I believe this is because I've watched Wendy for many years. But not just there. I listened to her on the radio, and she specifically talked about never missing a day of work because she was always concerned someone would be kind of come in and replace her. So I know a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't know if I believe that. Wendy's not feeling well. She's not caring about this. No. Wendy loves her job. Wendy loves being on radio. Wendy loves being on daytime TV. Despite reports of people saying that Wendy's done with daytime. I do believe she's done with it, but she's not trying to have someone come in and replace her. If you have been a longtime radio fan of Wendy, you know what I'm talking about. Wendy has said for years she would not miss a day of work because there was always some new face that was going to try and come and replace her. And I know a lot of you like Jerry O'Connell. I didn't like what he brought to what they were trying to do for his own talk show, because they were trying to do sort of a Wendy-esque show with him, and that just didn't seem natural or authentic. I'm not sure how he's doing with the talk because I don't watch the talk, but I do believe that Wendy is not happy. And she might not be happy with some of the other guest hosts like Sherry Shepherd or Nick Cannon. Sidebar, Nick Cannon, who's been feeling the pressure to bring in ratings. I hear his ratings got less than 500,000 views. The channel, the network are desperate. They're desperate. And they are desperate to find fill-ins. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm traveling. If you would pay for me to come back, and there's a lot of things that you should do. No, that would be a great gig. I'm not trying to come into someone else's talk show. We will have our own talk show one day, and we will laugh and kiki about all of this. Here's the thing, and this is why I felt that the producers and the team allegedly were pushing Wendy out there over the last couple of years, when we know that she was not doing 100%, mentally, physically, whatever it may be. So now that we see, because we are all talking about it and putting pressure on them not to put Wendy on TV if she's not ready, they are desperate to find hosts. They're desperate to get these guest panels together. But like this article is saying, that's not Wendy. People are watching the Wendy Williams show for Wendy Williams. There's no one that can do Wendy the way that Wendy does Wendy. And that makes Wendy in itself very special. I'm sad to hear that the show is falling apart. I don't want to see Wendy go out like this. I hope that she's able to gather it together enough to at least complete her show on a high note. Not sure if that's going to be for season 13. As always, we're going to continue following this story, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.